Welcome back. We're going to talk this week about honesty and authenticity because that is the second step in this evolution towards self-love. And I mean that. Becoming honest and authentic is paramount in your self-discovery. My cats are laying there on the couch right now looking so freaking cute. Mama and the baby. I love it. They understand love so much. Nature can teach us so much about love. It's such a beautiful thing. I love these cats. I never had cats before until I met a girl who was a crazy cat lady. And the cats that we have are very cool. They're very cool. And they teach me so much about love and connection and community. And we need to look more to nature to teach us about that kind of thing. It's very important that we think about that and talk about that rather than becoming so lost in our own mind all the time. It's important to look to nature for these wonderful lessons. Sorry, I was distracted by that, but they're so freaking cute. They really are. I just want to say I really appreciate anyone who's come here to listen to this and take something from this. I also want to thank you for being here in the beginning of this with me when I'm trying to learn this and figure it out, which is really fantastic. And I really appreciate your time. And I think that you should appreciate yourself as well. Give yourself some positive affirmations. We don't do that enough. You know, we don't tell ourselves enough that we're proud of ourselves or we're happy or we're excited for taking a new step, you know, for trying something new. We don't give ourselves enough credit for that. So I would hope that you would take a moment and thank yourself as well, because I mean, as much as I really appreciate it, I hope you do too. Today, honesty and authenticity, it seems is so difficult to perform in our daily lives. We have become a society that is willing to accept lies from ourselves or excuses or distractions from the truth, that it's become acceptable. This pattern of thinking, this behavior has become acceptable, that we practice it in our own lives. You know, never mind the external. Of course, the external is there to sell you things. For sure, you know, and oftentimes they portray something as one thing and it turns out to be another. Absolutely. That's an external aspect of life. But the internal aspect that I speak of, when we're honest and authentic with ourselves, or we're not, I mean, there's no one to blame for that other than you. And these are the things that I talk about. The things that I talk about are for you. You are the master of you. And that is very important to know, that you are in control of you and you get to make those decisions. So when we talk about honesty and authenticity or reasons that we are not, there's no one to blame for that. I don't care if everyone else is being dishonest or inauthentic around you. That doesn't matter. If you accept following other people just so you can be accepted, think about that. I mean, I know we all want to be accepted on some degree, for sure. But why can we not look to accepting ourselves versus this external aspect? This is very important. It's when you accept yourself that everything changes. It's within that acceptance of yourself that you can become honest and authentic. Authenticity is just a byproduct of honesty, because it's within the honesty that you are actually being authentic. So it just comes naturally behind it. So really all you got to do is be honest and you will become authentic. And I know it's difficult to do that because we have made excuses as to why we don't need to be honest, and we practice this sort of thinking pattern, this thought process for quite some time, that it's become normal. But I need to tell you how important it is to grow through that. You have to set new behaviors for yourself and start with baby steps. You know, you can't really tell me that you're not aware when you're not being honest with yourself or to someone. Like, we all know the only person you're lying to is yourself. and if that's become normal to you, address that. Because that will keep you in a pattern of thinking. It'll keep you in your current situation. Not speaking your truth to yourself and to others will not have you grow. It'll have you living a life for someone else. We're not here to do that by any means necessary. We are here to experience difficult conversations with ourselves, with others, so we can learn through an emotional, practical application of that result. It's a very interesting thing. It's very beautiful when you can just be honest. It's liberating. It's so liberating to be honest. And yes, sometimes it's difficult to be honest. Of course, man. Not, when you're speaking your truth, as long as you do so through kindness, a place of love. When you become honest, you do this from an avenue of love. The authenticity comes from an avenue of love. We're not there to hurt people or judge people or hold people back or ourselves. This is for personal growth. This is to help you see the truth in yourself and in others. And if people don't correlate with your truth, or the things that they say aren't fitting your current philosophy of honesty and authenticity, guess what? You'll have to move away from those people. Because as long as you keep yourselves around people that aren't honest and authentic, you will remain in that headspace. And you will continue to practice that behavior. That's a big part of becoming honest, is recognizing the people you surround yourself with. Like, what do you value? When you look at becoming honest, you will question your values. You have to. You have to do this. Because if you don't, then you don't know who you are. It's very important to observe things that are beneficial to your growth. It's when we don't observe these things or have conversations about them that we continue to practice very improper behaviors that have us living a life for somebody else. The acceptance of oneself has the individual live life on its own terms. And that is a beautiful thing. That is a very beautiful thing. When you can live for yourself on your own terms, free from everyone else's judgment and ideas, because it doesn't matter, because you know who you are. That's what honesty and authenticity can do for you when it comes from an avenue of love. It's a practice. It's just a practice of behavior and life. And it's a beautiful thing to practice because you teach yourself new things. And it's interesting to watch how disconnected we become from this, because you start to become aware and you start to observe yourself and the things you say and how they benefit you in your current situation. It's growth. It's personal growth, but on a level that is so gratifying because the results are so real, because there is no pretending. There is no more distractions. There is no more making excuses. You get to be yourself. And I'll tell you, becoming honest and authentic for me meant I had to have many difficult conversations with the people I love. Yeah, speaking that truth for the first couple years was very difficult. I've only actually been clean for about clean and sober for like 2.5 years. I've recently quit smoking and quit drinking. I didn't drink much, but I still found that acceptable to go out on the weekends and kind of do that thing. But I've let that go. It's been almost 6 months for me since I don't smoke no marijuana or take psilocybin or anything like that anymore, because not that I don't advocate for it, because I advocate heavily for those kind of things, for any organic drug, medicine, I should say. My purpose for me, it just doesn't serve one at this point. So I've let it all go. And I feel really great. My mind is so clear and I'm so in tune with myself, and I've let go of sugar. I've let go of so many things because I had to ask myself honestly if these things correlate with my current philosophy in life of where I want to be, of valuing my emotional, mental, and physical health. Am I benefiting myself in every aspect of this life? And let's remember that this is the guy who ate chocolate bars from Dollarama for three meals a day for years, because that's all I could steal to eat, because all my money went to drugs. But that's a reality. Today I through these avenues of acceptance and honesty and authenticity from a place of love, this is what happens. This is the result. And it's been a practice over a couple of years. Like I said, I've only quit smoking and drinking and doing medicinal organics for 6 months. But as I practice more and more this behavior of life, more and more am I led to new experiences that have me understand myself on such a higher level. And that is so cool. Like when you just know that something isn't for you anymore. I don't even really do sugar, to be honest with you. Like I don't eat like candy or anything. I don't do that. I never really have done that. I don't drink soda. That's not ever really been for me. Like cereals and stuff. I don't do that. Simply because I don't like the way it makes me feel. Like caffeine and sugar. We're going to talk about drugs on this show, and I can tell you that the two biggest drugs we're going to talk about are caffeine and sugar. I don't give a shit about heroin and cocaine. Never mind calling marijuana and psilocybin drugs, because that's a bunch of shit. But let's talk about caffeine and sugar. Like, if we're going to be honest here, this is pure poison to the human growth. And it absolutely is. I mean, caffeine pumped into your body in a manner when your body is trying to tell you to slow down and we don't listen to it. We just pump more caffeine or sugar into it. It gives us a boost so we can keep going. That is completely detrimental to the physical body growth process, because your mind and your body are telling you it's tired, it's time to slow down, not jam it full of a drug that's completely acceptable by society standards. These are the conversations you have when you're honest and you're authentic, and you'll arrive to these questions on your own terms in your own time. But I will certainly share with you like wisdom that I have gained along the way, because it's just through this thought process and this understanding and awareness that I'm led to these wonderful realizations of the detrimental aspects of most things in society. So I live life on my own terms now, which is so beautiful. It's so freaking amazing. If you can grasp like coming out of a 23-year addiction, like homeless in prison, that's heavy. That's heavy. I have found a complete love for myself. Like it's just something they don't talk about. But it's so real. And that's why I'm going to do this podcast. And that's why I'm doing all the things I do in life, is to share this, because I will inspire some, and I have been inspiring people, and I'm getting better at this. I want to just be able to pour out from my heart what's in it to you, and show you that there is a way to achieve it. You have to do it on your own. I can't do it for you. You've got to do it. But if you put the work in and you find the beauty in your darkness, you will navigate to the light. The divine light is in every single frickin' human being here on the planet. It's just whether or not you want to find it. Because I can promise you this, it seeks you right now. It seeks each and every one of us. And the tools that I offer you will help you navigate towards it. Because they're just real. Like it's just real things. You know what I mean? There's no, I'm not going to sell you anything. I'll never sell you anything. I think that's ridiculous. Depression pills will try and sell you things to fix you, but the things that I will offer you will be free, and they won't be there to control any aspect of your emotional, physical, or mental well-being. They will cure it, and that's a fact. They will cure it, because you will cure that on your own terms. You will come to peace with the things that hold you back. And once you come to peace with those things, that means you've processed them. And once you've processed something, you can continue to grow. And you don't need nothing from nobody, because you're the individual that's going to do that. And you're going to do it on your own terms and in your own way. And you'll find beauty in it in your own way. I would encourage you to look for the lessons inside of an emotional trauma, because I can promise you they're there. If you can detach from that emotional repetitive cycle that you keep yourself in, you're going to learn something. And then you can leave that shit in the past where it belongs. It doesn't matter what happened, because it's already happened. It can either break you or make you stronger. And I'll tell you today, the 23 years of shit that I went through, it's been my greatest asset. It's the greatest thing that ever happened to me. That's pretty crazy to say, because I lost a lot. Losing myself was a big one. But the kids, was a very difficult thing for me to accept. Today I've accepted that it just wasn't my time for them, and I am currently growing in a position where they will most definitely be back in my life. But I need to do this honestly and authentically. That isn't selfish from my perspective. It needs to benefit everyone involved in a manner that has me be present for everyone involved, and that comes in its own due time. And something as losing as your children, as difficult that is, once you can appreciate, like, hey, like that was a lesson for me to learn from and grow and be better. I've learned that, and I've accepted that. Acceptance is a big thing. It's the first step, because then you can start to look at things for what they are. You can become honest with yourself once you see them for what they are. You can go, okay, like, where's the accountability on my part for the things that are holding me back? You'll find accountability, I promise you that, because it's there. Whether you didn't speak your truth or whatever it may be, I'll let you discover that on your own. But I can promise you it's there. Acceptance is the first step. Becoming honest and authentic with yourself is the second. And we will talk about forgiveness for the third. And I've spoke about this in the first episode, so I would encourage you to go there and find what you need in these episodes, because I try to give a bunch of different information within a certain topic that will have people pull from many different things that I say. And you can email me at realtalkforanunrealworld@gmail.com and give me any advice you would like. You can also email me if you want to send me some artwork, because I would really love that. Something that can help us practice, become mindful, and do the things that we love is inspiration. So if you're an artist and you would like to become inspired by something, draw me something, paint me something. I love art so much, and I want to start a series or something on this podcast where we can show, like, I'll display the art here on my YouTube channel or whatever it may be. I think it's so cool when we have that community connection through art. Art is such a beautiful thing, and it's something that we can share, and so many people have so many wonderful gifts, and what it takes to make it with art is just ridiculous, because the whole idea of putting value on art through a financial form is just ruins the whole aspect of it. Art should be appreciated by many for free. It gives it so much more value. So yeah, if you want to do that, email me, hit me up. My Instagram is Real Talk for an Unreal World. My Facebook and YouTube channel are the same thing. And my Twitter account is Real Talk, 4 Unreal. Check me out. I appreciate everyone who's listening to this. And this is the beginning. This is how you grow things. And I'm really grateful for that. I'm really grateful to be here today. And I'm really grateful for anyone that has shared this journey with me. It's such a wonderful, beautiful thing. And just 2.5 years ago, I was getting out of prison completely homeless with nothing. That's what these tools can do. They can set you free, whatever your circumstance. Much love. Have a wonderful week.